So Claude Code just made YouTube content production roughly 10 times easier. And the wildest part is that almost no YouTubers have figured this out yet because Claude Code was built for software developers, not for content creators. And that's because people assume that it's really difficult to use or it's very technical and you have to be some kind of coding genius to make it work, when in reality, if you just use it the right way, the way that I'm gonna show you here in a moment, it's actually not much harder to use than just normal ChatGPT or Claude interface. But it can do so much more. Now, a lot of the videos that you see on YouTube about using Claude Code for YouTube are honestly just clickbait. You know, people saying, oh, I replaced my entire production team with Claude Code, or I replaced my entire marketing team with Claude Code, or Claude Code runs my entire YouTube channel. All of those are clickbait, right? Claude Code can't actually do everything for you, but it can help you make content 10 times faster, make it 10 times better, and make 10 times more. And over the last few weeks, I've been quietly using it across every single stage of my production process, and the difference is honestly hard to put into words. We're talking about idea generation, thumbnail and title testing, full script writing, even helping with uploading and launch optimization. It can help with everything. All of it is accelerated by a single tool that most creators have never even opened. And I'm telling you this as someone who's built a channel with over 1 million subscribers, and I've made over $1.5 million just from AdSense alone. And I've tested just about every AI workflow that's hit the market. So when I say something genuinely changes the math, I mean it. Now, before you assume that this is some technical thing that only works if you can code, no. You don't need to know a single line of code to use any of what I'm about to show you. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through every single step of our YouTube production process. We're gonna start at the very beginning. Idea generation. Then we're gonna move to thumbnail, title, intro, what we call the holy trifecta. Then we're gonna go to script writing and research. Then we're gonna talk about recording, editing, uploading, and launch. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to plug Claude Code into each one. And by the end, you're gonna have a complete blueprint that you can copy. Or even if you're struggling with one of these things, this video is gonna help you dial that one thing in, and I can guarantee you that no matter how little or how much you know about YouTube, you're gonna learn a lot by the end of this video because it's designed to be beginner friendly, but also go over the most important things as well. Or even if you're just struggling with one of these things, this video is gonna help you dial that one thing in, and I can guarantee you that no matter how little or how much you know about YouTube, you're gonna learn a lot by the end of this video because it's designed to be beginner friendly, but also go over the most important things as well. So even experts are gonna get a lot out of it. So if you appreciate me breaking down the real workflows, and this video is a lot of work, and you want me to do more videos like this in the future, then let me know by gently tapping that like button, and let's jump into it. All right, guys, so we're gonna jump into the computer, and quick housekeeping. Before you can use Claude Code, you need two things on your computer. You need Claude itself, and you need GitHub. Now I'm gonna walk you through it. The whole install takes about 5 minutes, and you only have to do it once. So open your browser, type in Claude install, and your operating system, I'm on a Windows, so we're typing in Claude install Windows. If you're on a Mac, type in Claude install Mac. It's the same exact process. So for Windows, you're gonna click Windows, and it's gonna download the Claude setup for you. Once it's downloaded, click on Claude setup.exe on the top right part of the screen, which is your download. And once you hit that, Claude will install itself now. Then you want to hit get started, and you need to sign in first. So just click on continue with Google. And then just choose the account that you have for Claude. I'm going to use this account since I have a paid subscription on this account. And one important thing here is Claude Code requires a paid Claude account. So free Claude.ai does not work. Now, if you don't have one already, just purchase the pro version for $20 a month. This is not a sponsored video. I'm not affiliated with Claude in any way. I just think it's a great tool, right? There's no affiliate link. There's no sponsorship or anything like that. I literally just think it's a great tool. So if you want to do the $20 a month, I would highly recommend it. And this is going to be just like insanely valuable for you. The $20 a month, I cannot describe how much of a deal that is for the value that it gives you. And I can almost guarantee you that price is going to go up massively soon. So you really want to lock it in while you still can. And next it's going to ask you to verify your account if it's your first time logging in. So just go ahead and go through it. And I'll just go ahead and hit continue here. And once you're signed in, this is what you're going to see. Now on the upper left part, you're going to see this option right here. It says chat, co-work, and code. And the code tab is where Claude Code lives, and that's where the magic happens. But before we open it up, we need to install one more thing. GitHub. If you've never touched GitHub before, don't panic, right? You don't need to know what it is. You don't need to know how it works. You just need to install it once, okay? So connect it to Claude Code and then forget it exists. The easiest way to know what you need is to just ask Claude Code and it'll tell you what to install. So open the code tab and type anything in. For example, I'll just type, what are the things I need to make sure you are working, right? Now Claude Code Code is going to tell you exactly what's missing here. And for most of you, that's going to be GitHub CLI and the Claude GitHub app. So it'll tell you to install the Claude GitHub app, and we're just going to click this link here, and it'll reroute us to confirm our GitHub account. Now, if you don't have one, you can just use your Google account to create one, and all you need to do is verify your email, and you're going to be good to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit verify email. Then I'll go ahead and get the code from my email, and I'm just going to copy that and paste it here. And there you go. I already have the Claude GitHub done. And the next thing you want to do is create a blank folder in your computer, and that is going to be storage. So I just named this folder Claude Code. And once you're done, go back to Claude Code window and click default, then click on local. And there is the folder that I created. So I'm just going to click on that. And once done, this is how it's going to look. Now, to test if Claude Code is working, I'm just going to ask it, are you working? All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let's use Claude Code to make a YouTube video 10 times easier. Hey, quick break. I'm going to be doing a live training this week on how to start a YouTube channel step-by-step for beginners. This is going to be for people who want to start a channel, but they don't know what niche to pick, what videos to make, or how to actually get started the right way. And it's a completely free training, no strings attached. In fact, I'm giving away even more bonuses at the training. So just as an example, I'm going to be giving away my niche validator. This is going to be available both for ChatGPT as well as Claude, which is a super valuable piece of software where you can finally figure out what the best niche for you is. So do not miss out on this training. Make sure you sign up for it down in the description and the pinned comment below, because you only get it if you join the training. So if you don't join now, you might miss it. But that being said, in the workshop, you'll get to meet me, and you'll get to ask me questions directly. So I look forward to seeing you in there. So click the link in the description and the pinned comment below, put it in your calendar. And if for whatever reason you missed out on it or you weren't able to attend, make sure you still click that link, because we might be having workshops in the future as well. And you'll be the first to know about it. So yeah, hope to see you there. And now back to your regularly scheduled content. Okay, so the first stage of the production process is your niche. Now, if you already have a channel and you know exactly who to serve, what to talk about, and who's watching, then you can skip this section, or you can still watch this section, because honestly, even people that think they know what their niche is, they usually don't. But if you don't have a channel yet, or you have one and you've been throwing spaghetti at the wall, this is where it all starts, right? So the niche is what makes or breaks a YouTube channel. And most creators pick the wrong niche and they don't even realize it. They work their face off for 10 years and they burn out at 47 subscribers because they're trying to be the next Mr. Beast in a category that pays $2 per 1,000 views. But Claude Code is going to fix that for you. Now, I'm going to use my brother Zach as an example here, because that's literally how we figured out his niche when we built his channel from scratch. Okay, so for Zach, I'm just going to say I've worked in the trades for almost 30 years now, and I want to make a YouTube channel. And if it's the first time you're using Claude, it's going to ask you to allow some things. So just go ahead and click allow. Now, Claude Code is going to do a few things at once. First, it's going to ask you about your background, then about your audience, than your goals. Now, notice here I have this skill. This is something that I created inside of Claude Code. Now, this is not needed, but this will make your Claude Code way better at its job than not having it. Because if you installed the skill beforehand, your Claude Code will get the knowledge right away, then it doesn't have to learn from scratch. So the way to install these skills is just to go to customize. Once you are here, just click on skills. And I already created the skills because I use it for my content creation system. Now, a lot of the skills that we're going to be talking about in this video will actually be available completely free, and you can click the link in the description in the pinned comment below to get them. Now, the reason we do that is picking a niche is a little bit more involved than just, hey, download this AI. There's a human element to it, and that's all about what my live training is about, right? So definitely attend the live training by clicking the other link in the description in the pinned comment below. And you can also ask me questions live on Zoom, and I look forward to seeing you there. But yeah, click on the plus icon to add a new skill, and you've got 3 options in making them. First is you create it with Claude. You basically just ask Claude to make it for you. Second is you write the skill instructions. This is basically where you just type in the skill that you want Claude to have. And then third is upload a skill, and this is where you upload a markdown file. Just as an example, the niche validator skill that I will be giving away on the live training, that is a markdown file, and that's the one that you would upload here. And then you want to answer the questions honestly, right? And the more specific you are, the better the output. So I'm just going to paste electrical, plumbing, and HVAC for which trade. So you can see here that it's asking me some questions, and you really want to answer the questions honestly. And the more specific you are, the better the output. Now, one of the things that I like to do is I actually just prefer to talk to Claude. So I will actually just click the voice command and talk to it. But just for purposes of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and type things in. So I'm just gonna paste electrical, plumbing, and HVAC for which trade. Then the people watching should be apprentices learning the trade. And I want him to sell courses on top of AdSense money. Now, typically I would give more information, but I'm actually keeping this really simple just to show you how powerful it is, even with super basic responses. But typically I would recommend that you actually give it more information and kind of go back and forth and let it interview you. But yeah, go ahead and press enter. And while Claude Code is thinking, let me explain why this works. Every winning YouTube channel follows this exact formula, right? Who's your viewer? What's their problem? How do you solve it? And how does that actually turn into revenue? And if you can answer those 4 questions in one sentence, you've got a niche. And that's exactly what Claude Code is doing for you right now. It's not just throwing random ideas at a wall, it's running my actual niche framework, right? The one that I teach in my live trainings this week. The one that I use to scale my brother Zach's channel from 0. Okay, so it's asking me more questions to make sure that it's gonna give me the right niche I need for my brother's channel. So I'm just gonna answer this question here. All right, we've got HVAC, we've got yes, we've got yes, and we've got US, we've got basically my audience is still deciding if they want trades or they wanna go to school. Number 6, I'm gonna say no, it's something that would help beginners know what trades is about. Number 7, I'm gonna say 5 hours a week. Number 8, I'm gonna say yes, I'm currently the owner of the business. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and press enter and let it cook. So real quick, let's talk about niches, right? Because most people get this part completely wrong. When I ask someone what their niche is, they're gonna say stuff like accounting or fitness or money. And look, I can't even blame you for that because that's how 99% of these YouTube gurus tell you to think about it. But that is not a niche, that is a topic. Now here's how I actually look at it. Whenever someone in our community asks me this, I have them answer 2 simple questions. Who do you help and what do you help them with, right? So it sounds like this, I help X do Y, or I help X overcome Y. Or if you wanna get fancy, you could say, I help X overcome Y by doing Z. But here's the thing, don't even worry about the Z part right now. Just nail the X and the Y, and you're already ahead of 99.9% of other creators. For Zach, Claude gave us 4 options. Option 1, the HVAC Curious Puddle. This is basically helping young people figure out if HVAC is the right trade for them. Option 2, the Trades versus College Decision Channel. This is basically helping young people decide if trades are right for them. Option 3 is the Parents Channel. This is where you help parents guide their kids into a career in the trades instead of a 100 grand college mistake. And option 4 is the Employee to Business Owner Channel. And this is where you help HVAC techs go from employee to business owner. So same guy, same background, 4 different YouTube channel options for his niche, and each one with a different audience. And each one with a different way to make money. Now for Zach, we went ahead and we picked option 2. I help young people and career switchers decide if the trades are right for them and to pick the right one. So there it is. That is the niche that we used for Zach's channel. Now let's go to stage 2, which is the idea vault. So now we have the niche. The next stage is figuring out what videos to actually make. And this is where most creators get stuck. They sit down at their laptop, they open up a Google Doc and they stare at it for 2 hours. And then they write down one terrible idea like 5 reasons to start a YouTube channel or something like that. And then they go and take a nap. And I am not making this up. I see it all the time. I've done this myself as well. So you should never be guessing video ideas. The right ideas already exist out on the internet. And other creators in your niche are already making them. They're already being watched millions of times. And your job is to find the ones that are proven to work and then make your version, okay? And that is exactly what Claude Code does next. So since I have the skill for finding the video idea, and again, just click below to get the skill for that. I'm just gonna type / choose the video idea finder and paste in Zach's niche hypothesis statement and then hit enter. And what Claude Code is doing right now is it's looking at thousands of YouTube videos in your niche. And it's finding the ones that blew up, the ones that did 10x more views than the channel's average, and the proven winners. And then it gives you back 10 variations that you could make. So how do we actually find these videos? Well, it's simple. We look for videos that pulled 100,000 views or more from a channel with under 100,000 subscribers. And the rule I use is a 5-to-1 ratio of views to subs, at least, right? So at least a 5-to-1 ratio. So watch this. If a video has 100,000 views, that channel better have no more than 20,000 subscribers. And if a channel does have 100,000 subscribers, then the video needs at least 500,000 views. And if it has more than 100,000 subscribers, just don't use it, right? Because here's the thing, when a tiny channel pulls massive views on a video, that is not luck, That's the idea doing the heavy lifting. And that's the kind of idea that you want to go find. Now for Zach, we got back 10 really good options. Now I do like the second one, highest paying trades jobs that no one's talking about. So I'll just paste this in and look at these. It gave me 8 really good trades jobs that are earning between 100 to 200K. So I'm locking it in, and once that Muse video is locked in, it tells me what to do next. Now, by the way, the actual scripting part is coming next. That's just the very first part. But stage 3 is what I like to call the holy trifecta. So now we've got our niche and we've got our Muse video, but now you need to actually do the 3 things that make that winning idea work. Because you could have the best product in the world, but if your marketing is really bad, no one's ever gonna try your product and no one's ever gonna know it's the best product in the world, right? But the 3 things that are actually going to communicate the idea of the video, that winning idea, and communicate the value of that idea are your title, your thumbnail, and your intro. So I call this the holy trifecta. So again, you get the skill and all the information for that in the link below, and you're gonna pull up that holy trifecta skill. And then I'm gonna paste the title of the video we found, and we are going to wait for it to analyze the video idea. Now, while waiting for Claude Code to analyze this, I'm gonna tell you the most important part about the holy trifecta. So the title, the thumbnail, and the intro. It's actually more important that they are congruent, AKA they tell the same story or they all point in the same direction, than how good they are individually. So your thumbnail should say approximately the same idea as your title, and your title should match the first 30 seconds of your video, which is your intro. Another way of saying that is the person is gonna look at your thumbnail first, they're gonna make the decision based on that. If they're gonna look at the title, then based on the title, they're gonna click the video, and from the intro, they're gonna make the decision on whether or not they're gonna watch the rest of the video. So when all 3 of these line up, that is when the video has a higher chance of taking off. So think of it like ordering food at a restaurant. Your thumbnail is the photo of the dish on the menu. Your title is the name of that dish, and your intro is the first bite. So if the menu shows a big juicy cheeseburger, the title says best cheeseburger in town, and the first bite actually tastes amazing, you are sold. You keep eating, right? But if the photo shows a burger, the title says something else like pizza, and then the first bite tastes like cold fish, you feel lied to, right? You push the plate away and you walk out. And that's exactly what happens on YouTube. The thumbnail makes the promise, the title backs it up, and the intro has to deliver, right? All 3 need to tell the same story or people click off. This is one of the most common mistakes I see people make. I cannot tell you how common this is. And using this tool is gonna make sure that all 3 of them are congruent. And it's gonna make sure your thumbnail, title, and intro are also good, right? Now at this point, it's probably just gonna come up with your thumbnail idea, right? We don't want to take all the time to actually make the full thumbnail out at this point. It's just going to come up with your thumbnail idea. And then it's pretty easy to make the thumbnail with something like Nano Banana. ChatGPT is getting really good with thumbnails now. Pixels is really good. 1of10.com is really good. Or you can just use thumbnail templates. That's what we typically give to our clients. And you can use something like Canva to edit the thumbnail. So here it gave me 10 title options. It gave me the thumbnail instructions with a mockup, basically telling what expression is on the thumbnail, the text and stuff like that. And it gave me intro options to choose from as well. Now I want to be honest with you, Claude Code is incredible at the title and the intro. The titles it spits out are usually 90% of the way there, and the intros might need 1 or 2 tweaks max. And honestly, a lot of the time, the titles and the intros are better than professional copywriters, like professional copywriters, okay? They're really, really good. But the thumbnail, Claude Code can describe a great thumbnail. It can tell you the face, the text, the colors, the layouts, but it cannot perfectly create the thumbnail that you like, at least not for now. Maybe in the next few months or in the future, it will be better. So treat the thumbnail outlook like a creative brief, right? Take it to whoever's making your thumbnails or feed it into your design tool and have them execute on it. That said, what Claude Code gives you for the thumbnail brief is already better than what 95% of creators are doing on their own. And for Zach's video, we got the title locked in, we got the thumbnail concept locked in, we got the intro draft, and now we move on to the next page. Now, of course, I'm pretending to do this for Zach for the first time, but this is basically the process that we went through when we first started his channel. Now, stage 4 is the script engine. So download that script skill. We're gonna type in /scriptwriter skill, and I'm just gonna say, create the script now and let Claude Code cook. Now, real talk, for a lot of creators, script writing used to be the bottleneck. And it's the thing that slowed everything down, right? You have your idea, you got your title, your thumbnail, and then you'd sit there for hours staring at a blank page. But AI changed that completely, and specifically Claude changed that. And honestly, I think Claude is the best tool out there for writing scripts, hands down. And it's really just the best tool for copywriting and content creation in general. Now, our clients get access to custom script writing AIs, and this thing is on a whole nother level. But if you don't have that, almost every time I just let Claude write the script for me. So again, we are gonna give you a version of that where it's pretty good and it's gonna make it relatively easy easy to do. It's not the full thing that we give to our clients, of course, because that's a full system. It's not just one thing, but this is going to be really, really good. It's going to be better than just about anything else you've ever used before. And it's completely free, right? So put that one in, and now Claude Code is going to ask you a few things. And for this demo, we just want one script for now. And I usually have my brother batch about 3 scripts at a time just to save time, but we're just going to do one this time. So hit enter again, and you're going to see an outline first. And at this point, you have a couple different options. You can obviously just let it write the script for you altogether, or you can do what I like to call a yap session, where you kind of just talk to it about what you want to see and just the general direction that you want to see from the script. And that usually helps both in terms of making it sound like you, but also in terms of you having unique takes and unique opinions that it can then put into your script. If you don't do that, chances are it's going to say some things in the script that you don't like, and that might annoy you. And then you're going to have to spend some time editing it, right? But at this point, we're going to do the full script, and this is going to be with my voice baked in, and these sections are going to be labeled. The editor notes are built in, the whole deal, right? And like I said, at this point, what I typically do is I just talk to Claude, right? So you see this little microphone icon down here. I just press it and I talk. I call this a yap session. And Claude basically just starts asking me questions. What do I want the script to sound like? What my tone is, all that stuff. And it's basically just making sure that the script comes out sounding just like me and not like some robot. And honestly, talking is just faster. I'd rather say it out loud than sit there typing paragraph after paragraph. And it's just way easier for me to just brainstorm and talk using my voice. And it just feels so much better than typing. Typing is such a mechanical process. It's not really creative, whereas just talking is a pretty creative process and it just feels way better. So after you're done with that, press enter. And just like that, your script is done, ready to record. Now, of course, you can go over it. You can tell Claude what you like and what you don't like, and then it can just, redo it and edit it, and that's completely fine. But stage 5 is the recording moment. So the next thing you need to do is recording. So this is the part where AI cannot really replace you, right? And I'm telling you right now that that is actually good news. You do not want AI to replace you, because the reason people watch you on YouTube, it's not your script, it's not your editing, it's not your thumbnail, it's you. Right? It's your face, your energy, your authority, the thing that they can't get from a textbook or a Wikipedia article. And people keep coming back because they trust you, specifically you. They relate to you. Human beings are social animals and we relate to other human beings. So when you sit down to record, you're doing the one thing on this entire planet that nobody else can replicate, which is you're being yourself. So you do not want AI to be able to replicate you, right? So think about a boxer for a second, right? He's got a whole team behind him, a coach drawing up the game plan, a nutritionist, a guy studying the opponent's every move, a corner man patching him up between rounds. But when that bell rings, he walks into the ring alone. Nobody can throw punches for him. Nobody can take hits for him, because the crowd didn't pay to watch the corner team. They paid to watch the fighter, the boxer. So think about what that actually means for you. AI, that's like your corner. That's your whole team. It draws up the game plan. That's your idea and your research. It studies the competition. That's your muse video. It preps every single thing behind the scenes so that you can show up ready to go and you have the highest possible chances of success. But here's the part that it can never touch: the fighter and the fight. You're the one who steps in that ring, the one who throws the punches, and the one who takes the hits. And you're the one who the crowd actually shows up to see. So AI can do everything to get you ready. It can do everything to prepare you and give you the absolute highest chances of success. But at the end of the day, you need to be the one recording the videos. And if any AI guru tells you otherwise, they are lying to you. And people who do try to clone themselves and use their AI clone and have that be the whole video, well, they're getting demonetized left and right and getting their channels deleted. YouTube is not messing around, and I don't recommend doing it for 99% of people. I just recommend recording the videos yourself, just like I'm doing right now. All right, next is the editing stage. So I'm gonna say something here that might surprise you. A lot of people expect me to either say, let AI edit the whole thing for you, or never touch an AI editing tool ever. And the truth is, it's right in the middle. Here's the one rule that you cannot break. Never let AI do the entire edit for you. And I'm dead serious about it. If you let it auto cut, auto caption, auto everything with zero human touch, it comes out looking like slop. Cookie cutter cuts, weird timing, and people are gonna get that uncanny valley feeling where something just feels off, right? The viewers can feel it. And trust me, they can always tell, right? I know you can tell. And even if hypothetically you do find a particular style where it can perfectly edit your videos, and it can do it all on its own, The moment that something can be fully automated, it loses the majority of its value, right? That is just a fact of life. If you can fully automate something, it's gonna lose the majority of its value. And so if there's ever a format, for instance, that I'm doing and somebody else figures out how to fully automate that format with AI, I'm gonna stop making content in that format immediately because I know that it's not gonna work very quickly. Now, if you really wanna know how to use AI to the best of its ability, and this is realistic, right? This isn't some BS, this is actually realistic. Think of it like an airplane, right? Every modern plane has autopilot, and autopilot is great. It flies the long, boring stretch in the middle so that the pilot isn't white knuckling the controls for 6 to 12 hours straight. But there's still a pilot sitting in that cockpit for takeoff and for landing, and just in case something goes wrong and the autopilot doesn't work. Because would you ever step onto a plane that had autopilot and no pilot? I know I wouldn't. And I mean, just look at these right here. Channel after channel getting terminated. And a lot of these channels probably listen to these goofball AI coach gurus that said that they can fully automate all of it with AI, right? And these channels got terminated, right? And these channels got terminated. And you wanna know what every single one of them has in common? They let AI do everything. It was fully automated, there was zero human touch, and it was straight up AI slop. And YouTube wiped them clean off the platform. But that does not mean you run away from AI completely. Remember the plane? You don't ditch the autopilot, you just don't let it fly solo. Typically, the pilot is gonna be the one that does the takeoff, the pilot needs to be there just in case something goes wrong, and the pilot is the one that does the landing. And even if the autopilot hypothetically could do the landing, the pilot is still there in case something goes wrong. Because here's the truth that nobody talks about. Editing is the #1 reason that people stop uploading. It's tedious, it takes forever, and it's the part that everybody dreads. So they film a few videos, they hit a wall with editing, and they quit. So you should use AI to make your editing faster and smoother, and you should make it so easy that editing is never your excuse to skip and upload again. And the tool I recommend for that is Descript. So let me actually show you what this thing does, right? Because once you see it, you're gonna get why I like it so much, right? So the first thing you'll notice is Descript pulls the entire transcript of your video and drops it right here on the screen. Every single word you said written out. And it does it automatically. It's incredible. So watch this. Say I want to cut something out, right? I'm not hunting through the timeline frame by frame like the old days. I just highlight the words right here and I hit delete, and boom. It's gone from the video. You're literally editing your video like it's a Word doc. Next, all those awkward little pauses, the dead air, those little moments where you're thinking out loud, Descript's AI finds all of them and trims them out for you automatically, right? This one feature alone could save you hours. And one more, say there's a part where you want to zoom in for emphasis, or you want to drop in some B-roll, or just highlight that sentence right there and add it in. It's dead simple. And look, I've actually used this one myself, and honestly, I liked it a lot. And that means something because I've tried a lot of AI editing tools, and I want our community to edit fast, and I want to get their videos out ASAP. And I'll be straight with you, I haven't found a single one good enough to edit completely on its own. Not one. Descript is the closest thing out there right now, but even it still needs you to be in the driver's seat. Now, here's the best part. If you're making raw, authentic content where you're just talking to a camera, or maybe you're just sharing your screen while you're doing stuff, you really don't need all the bells and whistles. Just use that one trimming feature, cut the dead air, tighten it up, and you can edit your whole video in under 10 minutes. No more excuses, no more editing nightmare, just film it, trim it, and ship it. All right, final stage, uploading and optimizing. Now, here's what most creators do. They upload a video and they pray, right? They slap a generic description in there, they tag whatever YouTube auto suggests, and they never even touch the cards or the end screen. And then they sit there confused, wondering why their video died. Now look, the first 24 hours after you hit publish, they're everything. If you don't push that video out right, it never finds its audience, and once it misses that first window, you're gonna be climbing an uphill strategy the entire way. But Claude Code can fix this for you as well. And honestly, this might be one of my favorite uses. So it writes you a fully SEO optimized description that doesn't suck, it's actually good. It drops in your timestamps automatically, it suggests your tags, it tells you which category to upload under, it can give you hashtags, it can even write your pinned comment for you, which by the way, most creators don't even use, which is insane to me because it's free real estate. Almost everybody looks at the comment section, so you should always have a pinned comment. And basically it turns the upload screen from a guessing game into a science. So think of it like a checklist that every good pilot does before they ever leave the ground. They run a pre-flight checklist. They don't just hop in the cockpit and start smashing buttons hoping for the best. Engines, flaps, fuel, controls, every single item needs to be checked. And YouTube is the same thing. Description, timestamps, tags, cards, end screens, pinned comment. You run the checklist, you hit every item, and then you launch. And how do you get all this done? Well, it's simple. you hop back into Claude Code and you just say, give me the full upload package for this video. And it writes the whole thing for you, the description, the timestamps, the tags, all of it. Then you copy it and paste it into YouTube and you hit publish. So look, a few years ago, everything I just showed you would have taken an entire team probably over a week to produce. A scriptwriter, a researcher, an editor, a creative director, and thousands of dollars a month spent. And I'd know because that's exactly what I had. Now you can do all of it with AI in your phone. And the tools used to be the excuse. I don't have the gear, I don't have the team, I can't write, I don't have the time. That excuse is gone. The only thing standing between you and your first video now is you actually hitting the record button. Now, for about 99% of you watching, free content is exactly what you need. And I've got you. I'm running a free live training this week where I go even deeper on this exact system, and I'll even hand you some of the AI skills that I use myself. And we're gonna focus on either finding your niche, dialing in your niche, or figuring out how to actually properly monetize your channel so you can actually make money from your channel and treat it like a business. So link for that is in the description and the pinned comment below. But there's gonna be about 1% of you watching right now who are ready for more, and you know who you are. Maybe you're a total beginner and you want to start the right way instead of wasting 2 years figuring it out the hard way. Maybe you've tried YouTube before and it just didn't work out. Maybe you're tired of guessing. Or maybe you've already got the subscribers but you're barely making any money from them. Or maybe you run a business and you want YouTube to become a machine that brings you leads and clients on autopilot. If that's you, we want to talk to you. I've got a handful of spots open for a one-on-one call where we map out your niche, your channel, your whole game plan. You can book that call by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment below. And it's the same process that my client Sean used to go from 30K per month to over 500K per month. And it's the same process that my client Isaiah used to go from $0 a month to $30,000 a month. And it's the same process that countless other people have used to make full-time incomes on YouTube. So if you're ready to really treat YouTube like a business and you're serious about growing and monetizing on YouTube, we do work with a small amount of people, and we have a one-on-one option, and we also have a done for you option where we literally just do it all for you. So if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead and book a call by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment below. And if you want to see exactly how we help Sean get to $500,000 in a single month, then go ahead and click this video right here.